To oral questions, the first in the name of the Right Honourable Chris Hipkins.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Prime Minister, does he stand by all of his government's statements and actions?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes, and can I also just acknowledge while I'm on my feet the retirement of David Parker, and can I say while we may have disagreed on different things politically, that you have huge respect across the House, and that actually we want to thank you for your service to this House and to this place, and importantly also for the intellect and the passion, and also we want to wish you well for your future. So well done.
Well, that's very nice. We go to question 2 now? Or?
Yeah.
Supplementary, Mr Speaker.
Mr Speaker.
Does he agree with his Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs statement with regard to the previous national government signing New Zealand up to the Paris Agreement on climate change? Quote, "They've never told you what the target is or whether it's capable of being met," end quote. If not, why not?
Well, what I know is that it's important and in our national interest to meet that commitment. And that's what you've seen this government do, this coalition government do, because the farmers that I talk to up and down this country, they tell me very clearly they don't want multinational companies or competing countries kicking New Zealand products off the shelf. We want farmers doing exceptionally well in this country and want this economy pumping.
Supplementary question. Well, does he agree with his Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs statement with regard to China, India and Russia's membership of the Paris Agreement? Quote, "Why on earth we're doing this when other countries are not doing this," end quote. If not, why not?
This is a coalition government that is going hard on economic growth because it is in our national interest to do so. And we are always going to put Kiwis first, and that is going to be primary in all of our decision making. And as I said, we're not going to punish our farmers. We want our economy growing, and that's why we meet those commitments.
My supplementary question. Does he agree with his Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs' statement that honouring our Paris Agreement obligations will result in, quote, transferring $22, maybe $32 billion out of our economy in the next few years to try and satisfy our woke ambitions, and it's just catastrophic? If not, why not?
Well, I can reassure the member that we won't be doing that. What we are doing is making sure that we are keeping our commitments because we know that it punishes our farmers. And our farmers tell us that multinational companies and competing countries would love nothing more than to have New Zealand products kicked off shelf. So that's why it's in our brutal national interest to do so. We want agriculture pumping. We want the economy growing.
Supplementary question. Is he comfortable that international media are now reporting that the New Zealand government is considering pulling out of the Paris Agreement because of statements his current Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs has made, and statements that his next Deputy Prime Minister have been making?
I'll just say that is not, as I understand, what the Deputy Prime Minister has said, and that is not how I would characterise that position. I think everybody understands that it is in our brutal national interest. That's why this coalition government has said that we will meet our commitments, and that's why we are staying in Paris, because we want our farmers to do well. We are not going to punish our farmers, and we're not going to send farming out of this country like the last Labor Greens government was proposing to do.
Supplementary question. Can he name one major policy change his government has made that has actually reduced New Zealand's climate emissions? If so, what is it?
Well, I can name several of them, but I would just say to that member, what we want to end the oil and gas ban. We want that member to support fast-track legislation, but they didn't. Why? Because 22 projects enable 30% increase in renewable electricity. That's a good thing. But if the member really cared about these issues, instead of pretending that he does, he would have backed the fast-track legislation. He would back the ending the oil and gas ban, and a number of things that this government's doing to get the country growing.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Does the Prime Minister not think it's just axiomatic that if China, India, the United States and Russia were signed up, that's almost 60% of the emissions in this world at the moment, then targets could be met?
Well, I think the Deputy Prime Minister understands that we are doing everything we can to meet our commitments, but we are not going to bankrupt New Zealand by running our farmers down, by not having them sell their products internationally, and we are making sure that we get agriculture pumping and the economy growing.
Supplementary question. Does he think it enhances or diminishes New Zealand's international reputation as a clean green economy when his Minister of Foreign Affairs indicates that New Zealand was wrong to sign the Paris Agreement, travels to the Pacific, one of the regions of the world most affected by climate change, and questions the global scientific consensus on climate change, and his government dismantles almost all proactive action to reduce New Zealand's emissions.
We have some crocodile tears from the Leader of the Opposition, because I am incredibly proud of our Foreign Minister, and he is out there in the world doing the business for New Zealand. He is hugely respected by everybody in the foreign affairs community, and I am very proud of the work that he's doing, and I just would compare and contrast his record versus your record in government.